Well, I'm going to guess everyone can hear us, but at the moment people can't see us. Well, I'm going to guess everyone can hear us, but at the moment people can't see us.
Yes,
Well, I'm
I
going to
think
guess
that's about right, Thomas.
which I'm not actually sure why though.
We've almost got this.
There we go. There we go. It's what I had to select the screen bizarrely. It was fine. There we go. That's why
We're getting there.
Oh, just disappeared again. I must have to keep it in focus then. Yes, I do. There we go. That's why. Bit annoying, but we'll live. Let me get this up on here. Yeah, it seems to be having a bit of trouble unless I actually have Discord selected. So sorry about this, everyone. We are here.
Give us a moment. Stop rushing us.
Well, it does look like every time I browse away from the Discord window, it seems to cut the stream off, as you can see there. So I'm going to very quickly do a quick reselect. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. But I'm not actually. It's there. It's just. Sorry, everyone. This is a new one for me because this is actually for some reason something to do with the if I move away from the Discord window, which I actually have to do the stream,
we'll get it. We'll get it one day.
It kills the feed on the window.
We'll get it one day. Don't worry.
Let me just clear this and redo it.
Plus, I've heard people say that we've got a face for radios.
No, it's gone again. Do you know what? So that I'm just going to have this up at the moment, and you might have to bear with it in the middle of the stream at some point when I do the challenge stuff. That was all. So there we go.
We good?
Yeah. For the moment, until I do the challenge stuff, it'll be absolutely fine.
Cool. Okay. Well, welcome, ladies and gents, to Sit Talk and Hobby Warhammer Fest review. Ooh, episode 105.
105.
Correct. So those who are new to this, basically, we just sit here, do a bit of hobby, have a little chit chat. Obviously, we're going to talk about a bit of Warhammer Fest. We've also got the painting entries for our challenge. And yeah, it's all good stuff. So, Tom, what hobby are you working on tonight?
Well, I had the day off today, and I basically pretty much finished this one off today. I was going to work on this, but that's done. So I'm now moving on to this as my immolator with twin multi-melters. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. As you can see, this is still in black here because I've got to do a little bit of because I was stupid and glued this on before spraying it. So I'm having to hand paint that bit. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. What about you?
I am doing some terrain tonight. So I was doing a bit of recording beforehand for the stream, but I'm doing some terrain painting. Ooh. So I'm doing a bit of dry brushing on these tonight. I'm trying to work out which green best suits them. But yeah, that's my stuff going on, really. What about the people in the chat? What are you guys working on tonight? Hopefully some good hobby.
Well, I can see there's a few bits. Captain Jack did check in a bit earlier, so good evening to you, sir. My darling wife in the other room is watching as well. Right, Vicky. We've got Sam Chalk as well. Who sometimes pops in, so welcome, Sam. Thank you for popping by. Andy Ashby as well. Hope you're doing well. And evening, guys, saying hope you enjoyed Warhammer Fest. The photos were awesome. Thank you. We didn't. I think we could have got more, but as with anything, when you're living in that particular moment, sometimes I think Don was a little bit better than me. I kind of forgot to get the camera out as much as I probably should have done.
Yeah. You got a couple, didn't you, Tom?
I did. I got some of the cosplay stuff and some other bits and pieces, so I was happy with that. So it was all good.
I've got some more coming up as well, guys. Yes. I did take loads. There'll be some more up in the next couple of days. So yes, more photos will be coming.
Captain Jack is apparently working on war boars and deciding what to build next. Very nice. Rules Lawyers.
Oh, nice.
Rules Lawyers is, how was Warhammer Fest? Well, that's coming up in a minute. Don't worry. We're going to go into some detail. I think we've got some thoughts and some bits and pieces on it. So, and what do I think? What do we think of the reveals? Again, we'll go for that in a sec. And Rules Lawyer looking at batch painting some Horus Heresy Dark Angels in contrast black.
Oh, I heard good things about the contrast black, actually.
I've not tried that.
No, I've heard good things, so that should be good. When I was doing some bit of painting at Warhammer Fest.
Ah.
There were.
Oh, Dom, we've lost you. I see you've stepped on your microphone. Yeah,
there was a couple doing some painting opposite, and they were saying how good the contrast plaque was. So yeah, it was very good. Black Legion. Yes, Black Legion was the colour.
Maybe I'll have to try it on some Templars.
Maybe you should.
I don't think I will.
You should.
But
no?
I think I'm too far down other routes for my Templar painting now to go to contrast all of a sudden. It might change the aesthetic quite a bit.
Go for it, Tom.
I can always try a model. Can always try a model and see what it looks like. So, Dave Holland is saying evening. So, thank you for popping by, Mr. Holland. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day as well. Well, yeah. So that's about it. So obviously, as we said, we got the challenge things. We had a few entries in. So a few of you have put multiple entries in. I don't know if that's a tactic or just the fact you were having fun painting. Both are valid.
Yeah, you won't be punished.
No.
For putting more than one entry in, guys. So,
but you won't be rewarded either. So.
Yeah. We do have some standards. Can't just spam everything and get a reward out of it.
But we're firm, but we're fair.
We are very firm. Yeah. So, shall we talk about Fest?
I think that's a good starting point because considering that's the title of the video as well. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm wearing my Fest.
I should have put mine on, but I haven't even taken mine out of the packet yet. To be fair, so I will get it out soon. But I don't.
You'll get it ready.
I don't think you want to watch me change live stream. So.
I mean, anything to get the views in, Tom. So
I think that might end another subscriber exodus. To be fair.
He's getting him out. Whee! So we did Fest. We got the premium ticket, and we went up with friends, stayed at a local hotel, which was very nice in sunny old Manchester. And we descended first thing Saturday morning, didn't we, Thomas?
We did indeed. Nice and early.
Yep, nice and early.
Which was a good thing.
It was a good thing. Yeah, there was a bit of queuing to start with, as you'd expect for it, but I think everyone was in good spirits.
Yeah, it was a very good atmosphere overall, so I can't really knock that at all.
Yeah, and but it was very nice. We got in there, kind of amazing kind of venue going in, massive hall, loads of stuff going in. A couple of people we went with had decided to do the GT. So somehow they got in before us still, anyway.
They were pretty much glued to their tables, though, for the entire weekend.
They were. They were glued to their tables. But yeah, they had an amazing time. Anyway, so we got in. We had a little wander around, didn't we? We started to see what was about. And naturally, we were drawn to the 10th edition demo table, weren't we, Tom?
We were, indeed. What are your thoughts
on that particular queuing and
okay, well, look, by the way, just take anything negative and positive with a grain of salt. In all seriousness, we both enjoyed ourselves for the whole thing. However, there will be a couple of points of not negativity, but maybe some points that maybe GW could learn from for future events. But essentially, we ended up queuing for 10th edition for the demo playthrough, which we both really wanted to try out, obviously, mainly for you guys. We didn't actually end up playing on the same table because we ended up queuing at slightly different times, mainly because we started queuing early, didn't we? And they suggested we came back at 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah. So we started queuing, and they were like, come back later.
Don't worry about it. We're on all weekend. Won't take you any time at all to get into this game. So I think so. Dom got in the queue. I think it was about 8 people ahead of us. So, but we decided, it was fine. So we queued there. However, that queue kind of progressed into a 3-hour queue.
It was a very long queue, wasn't it?
Very long queue. But I think it was worth it in the end, because we got to have a little play of 10th edition, didn't we?
We did, and we both played the same faction, didn't we? I think
did.
that's more of a coincidence. It wasn't anything.
I think that,
planned.
yeah, I didn't get to pick, if I'm totally honest. I got I when I arrived at the table, there was I let Vicky play Space Marines because she really wanted to, and then essentially the only other 2 slots that were left on the table were for the Tyranids, which I didn't really mind. It was more about looking at the play. I wasn't really that fussed, to be honest. It was actually quite nice playing from a different perspective anyway. So.
And I refused to play Space Marines, so I also played Nids. I'm not going to say there was we got stuck with Nids. I looked at the table and no, what am I doing Marines here? Especially Ultramarines. So Matt, who we were with, I don't know if Matt's in the chat tonight. He's our Ultramarine player on the channel, and I got him to play Nids with me, and I think he enjoyed it. So what unit did you play, Tom?
I got the Screamer Killer, actually.
Ooh, very nice.
And yeah, that was a pretty solid unit, to be fair. Very strong unit. Oh, there he is.
Yep.
So there's Matt in chat there. Just for background, if you watch any of our Apocalypse videos, any of the Ultramarines you see on there, pretty much Matt's. So there you go. So him playing Nids was probably a little bit.
He loved playing.
It'd be like Dom playing Ultramarines.
Twinkle of his eye. But yeah, so we both had 2 separate games. Tom, do you want to go through your game?
Yeah, I can do a kind of a very loose thing of it because obviously it's a little bit out of the context of the game. But it was so essentially. From a point of view of what you got to play, it was quite, I would almost say, scripted to show off certain aspects of the game, because I think they were basically playing from a kind of, I suppose, a game pack that they've been given. They had a few presenters that, I say presenters, obviously Games Workshop staff that have been drilled into this particular set of gameplay.
Yeah. I think it's probably worth mentioning before, I don't think you had... we didn't, but I did notice the Warhammer TV guys, they were all running the demos to start with.
Yes.
And they must have gone for lunch while we were doing it because they clearly didn't want to be intimidated by us. So they went to lunch and they swapped over with other staff members. So the people you see on Warhammer TV, they were all running the demo games. Then there was a rotation and we came in. And then I think they came back later on, clearly intimidation.
Yes, I believe it was, I think, who did we have? We had someone called Mike, who was, I think I've actually seen it. Up at Warhammer World before, because a lot of them were quite familiar faces, because we've been out to Warhammer World a few times. You get to sort of at least, not know them personally, but you know them a little bit by sight because they tend to be quite regular people for the events team. So, but essentially it was Nids versus Ultramarines. There was it was a fairly simple roster. There was 2 of the new Dreadnoughts, which I think the Balatica. I can't remember how to say them.
What's the new Dreadnought called, guys?
Yeah, I can see the word, but I can't pronounce it. So I'm not going to try anymore. And then the Infernus Marines, which were basically the Flamer Marines that were announced. You had 2 squads of Termagants and 2 Screamer Killers. Pretty simple units actually in their core. There was no stratagems available because they were trying to show you I think just the basics of the game, really, nothing too special. And yeah, so I with my Screamer Killer, I charged it into a bunch of Infernus Marines, which was quite satisfying, to be honest.
Nice.
Ballistus, there we go. Ballistus, that's what.
Ballistus.
Yeah.
I had a squad of Gaunts. So I can't remember how many Gaunts I had. I think about 20 Gaunts.
20 per squad, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I had those, advanced them, and because they're assault weapons, just shot loads. Killed probably 2.5 of the Infernus Marines. Yes. And it was all well and good. Hooray for me. While Matt had his Screamer Killer, which was first off, I think to look at the models from the Tyranid point of view, the Screamer Killer is a beautiful model. It's quite an imposing beast, isn't it? It's very solid. The new Gaunts are really nice as well. Clearly, though, however, when they're painting them, they're rushing to get them all painted. So, there wasn't
tabletop quality.
Yeah, probably tabletop quality. But my gaunts, they were pretty cool. The guns were pretty strong. Kind of dealt with the Marines relatively
Strength 5,
well.
aren't they? I think those ones, weren't they?
5, yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course I had to reap what a zone, and the Marine player opposite me, he didn't separate the squad into 2 5s. He had one squad of 10. So then I had to deal with like 7 Infernus Marines just staying on to my men and then just charging in. Absolutely devastating. I think I lost 12 to the Flamers, and probably another 7 in combat. So I had one guy left. Matt's Screamer Killer took volleys of fire from both dreadnoughts. So basically the table was kind of split 2v2. And the other 2 Marine players decided that killing Matt's Screamer Killer, which was in the objective, was top priority. So he had the Dreadnought from over there, the Dreadnought on our side, the Infernus Marines, everyone firing at his Screamer Killer. And somehow it survived with 1 wound. It was absolutely amazing because he just kept rolling these saves because it's got like a 2-up save.
And it's toughness 9, I think it was, wasn't it? From
yeah, so a lot of the weapons struggled, and then somehow the Hive Mind had its eye upon that Screamer Killer, and it just passed every single save. So we only did 1 turn because I think they were trying to rush people through, and I survived with 1 gaunt. And Matt survived with 1 wound on his Screamer Killer, and we had to do a battle shock test.
Yes,
did you guys have that?
Yeah, we did. I actually caused one on my first round of combat, so nice. I accelerated the need to show that particular rule off because my Screamer Killer killed 5 Marines in the first round of combat.
Very nice.
So yeah, and that's basically where you roll under your leadership, if I remember correctly, equal to or under with 2d6, or was it equal to or over? Over. So
yeah,
over. So yeah, I'm thinking going to old rules in my head, but actually it's the other way around.
It's the reverse, isn't it? It's the reverse of the old rules.
Yes. And there are no negative penalties unless they're set in the actual rule of whatever you're shooting, I think. So because as I killed 5, I was kind of hoping that I would get some form of benefit from it, but no. But the reason I got to do that was because the Screamer Killer's weapon has a special rule called Psychic Scream, I think it was, or Death Scream or something, I think. And it causes, if you shoot at something, they have to make a battle shock test basically. So
nice.
So yes, and if you are shocked with battle shock, your units no longer have the OC value that is allocated to their units, so they become kind of a little bit stuck, and you can't do much with them other than actually. I think you can still use them to a certain degree. I can't remember if there was a minus penalty. I did try and dig a bit of information out of the guy that was playing, but he was very tight-lipped about everything outside of what they were demoing.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So we had the battle shock test for the Screamer Killer. So the Screamer Killer got charged by some Marines. 1 Marine survived, and the Screamer Killer was still on the objective as well. So because the Screamer Killer was down to 1 wound, we did a battle shock test because it had the OC of 3. Otherwise, I think it would drop to 1 or drop to 0, and then obviously it wouldn't be able to hold the objective. And the Marine would take it. Luckily, we passed that. However, we also kind of thought afterwards, oh, well, hang on a minute. Well, the Marine would have needed to do it. However, because there was only 1 Marine left with an OC of 1, he wouldn't have taken the objective.
Held it anyway. Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a good mechanic. I enjoyed the OC stuff. I thought it was very cool.
I think it brings back in, I think troops become a slightly more good commodity again. Because they have the higher OC scores from what we can see. So
yeah, and definitely the larger squads help as well.
Yes,
because it's done per model.
Correct. Yeah, because OC times number of models remaining in squad, so you can get some pretty hefty numbers up. Obviously, saw the Dreadnought in action as well. That was fairly all right. I mean, it was a shitty Dreadnought. It didn't actually get to do an awful lot in our game, to be honest. I think because it got closed on fairly quickly.
Would you be getting one for your Templars or your Red Scorpions?
I think I'll get one. Yeah. I think they're quite a nice fire-based one. I mean, obviously they're to mimic the old the old standard shooty dreadnought, and they do get some of the venerable skills because obviously I think there was a base rule on it where you got to re-roll ones to hit,
Nice.
like a venerable, which was quite nice. And obviously we got to see the twin link rules, which gets re-roll to wound. I mean, obviously the other big thing about it is obviously the data card thing. Really like that. Instantly when I was playing that unit, all the rules were bam. There you go. Didn't have to look anything up. Had a card with everything concerning that unit on it. Didn't have to worry about anything outside of what was on the card. I mean, there were obviously some bits on there that weren't explained. Like the synapse rule wasn't explained.
It was just a keyword on there, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it means there'll be something.
Yeah, there'll be a something wide rule.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, it would have been quite interesting to see what those rules were, but obviously it was a demo and they weren't going to give it all away. Because basically they've got to sell it. They've got to kind of go, all right, well, this is what it is. Don't get too hung up on that particular special rule.
No.
Have fun, roll some dice.
That was basically the thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they achieved it really, and they weren't going to kind of go into too much depth, were they? Kind of tell us all the secrets quite yet.
One other interesting one though, which I did find out was the objective markers. Now you can't actually stand on them.
Yeah, you're saying
on the center part of it. Sorry, guys. Obviously not the. I know a lot of you have those nice big, lay down mat ones, but you're not allowed to assault through or move on or end the move on top of said objective marker. Actually, I think you can assault through as long as you don't end on top of it. So because it actually happened in our game where someone tried to charge someone on the opposite side of the thing, and they said, "Oh no, you've got to kind of go round that. You can't end on top of it." So that's an interesting little change. I think it's to stop people putting, I don't know, Titans, large tanks on top of objectives and stopping people from getting within even the minimum 3-inch range or something. So, yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, so no, it was an enjoyable experience. Still lots to be gained from what we can see, but I definitely enjoyed our brief moment in the sun playing some beautiful 10th edition.
We did not re-queue.
No,
no,
we did not re-queue.
Because that
the
was
queue did go down pretty dramatically on the second and third day. It would have gone down. So it was a fun game. But yeah, that first day was a killer in that queue. Oh, my poor old legs. Getting too old for it, Tom.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. I mean, both you and me, I think we finished quite early on the first. Well, not early, actually saying that. I think we were there for 8 hours, to be honest. So, I say early, but we got in early. So we started at 8-ish, and then we didn't get out there till about, I think 4 o'clock-ish, I think it was in the end.
Yeah, it's a long old day.
Yeah, and we got, there's lots of other little things to do. To look at. They had a lot of the actually, like the game studios were down there demoing lots of the computer games. You had, obviously, the shop was down there. There was lots of cosplay. Obviously, the tournaments, you could go and literally walk through the entire tournament field, and sort of see how we went to go and check in with our mates who were playing the tournament, see how they were getting on, things like that. We didn't unfortunately get into the auditorium for the actual live reveals, sadly. But when the more we looked at that, it was, unless you got down there, I think it was like 2 to 3 hours early for it.
You'd be queuing for a while, didn't you?
Again, and as we'd just done the 3 hour, the 3 hour 10, we didn't really fancy doing that, to be honest, because that was one of the I think they only allowed 800 people in the auditorium for the live stream event. Just fine. I mean, I don't feel like we missed out an awful lot. I think for us, it was more about just trying it once if we wanted to go and see what it was like to be in the audience for a live reveal. But ultimately, when we came out, they had a lot of screens posted around where you could view the thing live if you wanted to. So
there were some really nice models actually kind of previewed over that weekend. Especially Tyranid players have got some really nice
stuff. It's even tempting me to give them a go. So, and I never thought I'd ever play Nids, but we'll see. We've got a little way off yet. I don't want to get into. I'm just coming out of my painting flunk. I'm just getting into my painting rhythm. Let's not start buying 400 new army models from somewhere. I didn't buy any.
So you're just doing 300.
I didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
No, To be fair, this is for the league thing we're doing, and I'd already planned on buying it. They actually had it in stock there for a change, so I thought I'd buy it.
There you go. Very nice, Thomas. Very nice. But yeah, so then the next day we did a bit of painting, didn't we? We went along, did a bit of painting, which was very nice. I think very therapeutic.
Oh yeah, I mean, we weren't. I don't think we even planned to do it really. We just saw the queue and thought, that's quite short. Let's go do it, because they do a thing called essentially paint and take, where you have a single model, and you just queue up, and then they let you sit down. They give you the paints, brushes, water, all the other bits. They had loads of paints, and yeah, you just sat down. I think we did what must have been about 2.5 hours. Do you reckon? I think
we were there for a while, weren't we?
Yeah.
It was quite it's quite nice, because obviously it was a very busy day, lots going on, and it's quite nice just to take a moment out and go, actually, this is what I'm here for. Like I love the models. I'm here for the models, and we both picked Stormcast guys, didn't we?
Indeed, we did. I could actually, if you want, if you give me a sec, I might be able to dig the.
Yeah, have a look, so we can find the picture
out, because I'm pretty sure you posted it in our little fest chat, if I remember.
I did indeed. Yeah, so myself and Tom did Stormcast, Vicky and Matt did Marines, and it was a nice experience just painting something completely different.
Apologies for the lack of faces for a second. But yeah, it's covering our face anyway, so there we go.
There you go.
So
they're really cool models as well. Actually, I did enjoy them.
I must admit, I was pleasantly surprised by it. To be fair, I was. We were sort of Black Toad Nid Scheme sounds like a good community project.
There you go. Maybe
we'll have to see. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not sure, Andy. To be fair, which one I would paint. I'd have to have a little bit more into lore. I haven't really followed the Nids kind of lore setup before, so I'll have to have a little look at that. But yeah, if you see there, I did the blue one, and Dom did the. I think someone said it was mustard yellow. Was that a good?
Yeah, kind of like
Dom.
Yeah, I think the highlighting at the end was more of a yellow than a brown, so it's like a brown base, and then a bit of dry brushing on there, and a bit of.
I didn't get to do my base
highlighting.
So.
Oh well, I got to the point. I was like, I need to do something on this. I was like, I'll get on with that, shall I? And just did a bit.
I think I looked up and you were like, "Should we go?" And I was like, yeah, we can go."
Yeah.
I haven't quite finished it yet, but then I thought, it doesn't really matter. I've done most of it, and it was good. It was a good laugh, because it was also nice to sit down and sort of just not worry about wandering around finding various bits and pieces that are going on, and just actually chill, let the world kind of go by behind you.
Yeah.
Which was,
and I tell you what, it was quite nice. I think you probably had a similar experience, just sitting with some other hobbyists, chilling out, and just kind of being like a communal experience, which it was really nice, and it was a really nice experience.
Okay, should be back on the screen there. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have a look at that after we finish this one. So there's something going on there. But yes, I would definitely do that again. Because I think that was where, I suppose, that was about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon we finished that. We had I think you had a bit of a look around the Golden Demon stuff. Me and Vicky decided to go and have another look around the rest of the show, kind of to see what else was going on, because it was very there were queues to watch the Golden Demon, weren't there? To look at the Golden Demon events, because you had to queue around the entire.
Well, you had to kind of jump in if you found a gap. So the way the Golden Demon displays were, it was a massive rectangle, and it was kind of a slow tour around, and you just found a gap and jumped in, and then just basically went with the crowd. And I mean, the models were amazing, absolutely amazing. Hello, Walkster. And I've got to look at quite a few. Myself and Matt kind of jumped in, and we're kind of going through them and go, "Oh, that's nice. I like how I did that." It's just on another level. It's absolutely beautiful, a lot of those models. We kind of saw the 40k singles, 40k squads, 40k large models, AOS singles, units, dioramas, and we started going around the corner there. So we saw a lot of what we wanted to see, and they're absolutely beautiful models. I would definitely.
No, I wish I'd got to see a little bit more of it. I think it was just, for me, it was a bit too close for me. But that's fine because I got Dom sent so many pictures anyway. I felt like I had a very good a good visibility of them anyway, so it wasn't
As if
too.
you were there, Tom.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think this is the bit where we kind of say, oh yeah, I suppose the other thing we should mention is what you get for your ticket price as well, because you got you got a goodie bag, which I know you've got as well, and I've got mine here, so we can sort of go through it. So obviously, I will tell everyone. So ticket prices for the 3-day premium was £120. And you got this, as Dom's showing you the crate box there. I've only got the items next to me, so that's what you get as a.
I'll unpack it. There we go. Let's unpack it. So.
I've got what I've got as well, so we can.
See, so first off, a water bottle. Woo! A Fest water bottle. Then you get 2 models. So you get the commemorative commissar. Ooh. Then you get the Slaves of Darkness character model. Ooh. You get a couple of badges and things. So you get a nice little Fest.
A couple of pin badges and the
badge.
Coin.
You get some dice. Now the dice are random, so you didn't know what you're going to get. What dice did you get? Oh, you got the nice destruction ones. I got the Grand Alliance of Chaos ones. So I was very happy with that. Lucky.
And Vicky actually got the Orc Kill Team ones, and funny enough, she started an Orc Kill Team, so it was quite lucky for her, really. That felt, I must admit, this felt like a little bit of a. Oh, should we just bung that in? Because
they're kind of like, I mean, like, we got to put something in there. I'll try that on my mouse.
But there are also some like voucher codes for some of the games as well, so I think you can get 15% off their new Rogue Trader game they had, and I think Warp.
Tacticus
and the Warp Forge card, this thing here as well, and obviously you also the shirt that Dom's wearing, you got a shirt as well, which you can pick the size as well. So which I think it was quite funny actually, because they asked Vicky what size she wants. Oh, a medium, and she had to go and look high and low for that particular size. I don't know if that tells you anything, but anyway.
Medium. Yeah, so that was a goodie pack, and also there's all these other little freebies that you can pick up on the way. So we got our Sigma guys, and we got a few other.
I'll tell you the other thing we didn't sell, the Titanicus stuff.
Oh, the Titans.
Yes, that was very. I think you ended up having a conversation with one of the guys, and I had one conversation with the other guy. I think it was James I was speaking to.
I was chatting to. I think his name was Phil. And oh my goodness, those guys love Titans.
God, I think me and Matt did a count up of the monetary value of the ones they had on display at that front bit, and it was, I think it was about 20,000 quid's worth of Titans. But all so well done. Honestly, it was awe-inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was really good. So I recommend anyone go and have a look, see if you can find some. I think I put a couple of pictures on Instagram. Yeah,
I put one up as well, which I got of one of the groups of them together. But they were just saying that the funny thing was they just adapted Titanic rules. I think using a ×4 option. Which basically they just play the same rules, but they were saying that they they normally play on a 56-foot long board, and they had to sacrifice it down to half for this particular event, and they're hoping that next year they get, because to be fair, they were always busy there around them, and I think they were feeling a bit like if they had a bit more space, they could let people watch more of the game, because they were saying they were running basically 2 games side by side. But they essentially said if because we both own Titans, they said, just sign up to the thing, the Titan Owners Club, present your certificate or proof that you bought the model and you come along, kind of thing. So I think they do. I mean, they literally call them. They do 3 walks a year, which is quite funny. It's just brilliant. But but they seem very enthusiastic. They're very enthusiastic and passionate about it. That's the thing. You really got that from speaking to them. They were so so happy to talk about the whole thing with you, and what how many events they do, what's it structured around, all that kind of stuff, where they are, how to sign up. They were really just happy to talk to you about it, which is nice.
definitely got the passion when you're kind of chatting to them about the hobby, and it was just. Yeah, really positive, really nice guys, and every now and again you'd get like engine kill as one of the Titans would die. They would all shout it out, and it was it was very contagious. Cool. Really nice, really nice people, and a great community by the look of it.
And I bought the Titanicus starter set. So if that tells you anything, guys, I mean that's the smaller version, obviously. I've already got a Titan. I'm not going to go out and buy another Titan just yet, but I didn't actually buy it at Warhammer Fest for pricing reasons. I've got that coming from Goblin at some point. Goblin Gaming, check him out. Good alternative if you want to get slightly cheaper. I did a plug, Dom. Yeah.
Well done, Tom. Good stuff.
Because honestly, some people were. I mean, I think that was one of the. If I was going to talk sort of overall, kind of just giving everyone the kind of the rough with the smooth kind of thing, the shop I felt was a little bit, I don't know, didn't feel right. It was, I think the queues for that were even longer than the 10th edition queues for starters. That was mad.
Oh yeah,
honestly, I've never seen. It was like going round, like original day, bloody Black Friday days. I'm going to guess something like that. When they when people just queuing round a block, it was mad. But ultimately they had the shop there. People were buying lots of stuff because I think people get. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I did buy something there, but I stopped myself at the second purchase because I realised that it probably wasn't. I didn't have to have it then. That was the point. I think that was more in my head the second time when I went in there. I don't need to get this now. It's not like I'm going to go back to the hotel room and make it up and play it that evening. So
no, we played Kill Team instead.
We did. I did have some pictures of that, but I'll spare that from that because it was a very interesting setup. However, if any of you do want to play Kill Team in a Premier Inn and you have and you have the little lie down bed, if you take the mattress off it, the outline in the middle is pretty much the sizes of a Kill Team board.
There you go.
And all you need is a few glasses, a few cups, a couple of things from the day, and yes, sorted. So I think the only thing I was slightly annoyed, I didn't get to play Matt because I was supposed to play Matt again, but we ended up going to have a drink instead for a bit, and then we didn't quite get back to the whole playing the game thing. But no, it was it was good. But it's just there's a couple of things I think they can do a lot better, but ultimately I would highly recommend anyone going, especially for a day. If you can get a day in, I think that's perfect. I think the only thing that we kind of possibly regretted was not maybe picking an event at the event.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
We did look, didn't we, before? And I think we left it too late because everything had booked up. So I think next time we'll definitely book something, whatever it is, whatever takes off our flavour. We'll go along and give it a go.
They do a 1 day. They do lots of 1 day events across each of the days. So if you want to do like a 1 day casual 40k game event, that's fine. 3 games 1 day, or do a paint challenge, and I think that's what we'll do next year because I think you need it to fill out. Because I think if you walk around solidly for 2 days like we did, you kind of, I suppose, run out of free stuff to do,
and your legs fall off.
And your legs fall off, because you don't. I mean, at least I suppose the positive about doing the games and stuff there is that you get to sit down.
Yeah, very envious. Hello, Felpire. So before we move on to the painting challenge stuff, I'd like to say thank you to the subscriber that came up and said hello to me and recognised me. Unfortunately, we didn't exchange names because really you got me in the toilet and so
I didn't know that part of it.
There you go. Yeah, I was like, I know your face. And I was like, I'm glad you're looking at my face. But anyway, yes, thank you for saying hello. It was very nice, a good little chat. But yes, there we go. That was our thing. So can we talk about? If
you can give me 1 second to go to the toilet because I made the silly mistake of not going before the stream started.
Okay, so and he's getting on a bit, guys. Now.
I am. So 1 second.
Mic off.
Got to be good to him. So how's everyone's hobby going? What hobby are we all doing? I am still dry brushing some terrain. Doing some lovely green on this barrier. What hobby are we all doing? Oh, nice. Ah, Velpire. That's always a nice moment. I think when you're painting a second unit that you don't normally get easily in a box, and you're on it, that's a good sign, Velpire. That's a good.
Mic on.
Back to the Switzerland trip. Oh, very nice, Orkster. Hopefully it'll all go well for you. Not away too long, I hope. Which some resin bases. Hello. Trying to fish at Orkies. Cool. Nice one, Vicky. Orkies looking very cool. It's got to do those faces. It's a bit nice.
Faces,
Splinter
yeah.
Fang Warcry Warband. Very cool, Andy. Slow progress.
But slow progress is progress.
Yes. Exactly that. Yeah, I thought tonight I'll do some more of this terrain because I love the terrain. I've sprayed it, so I just want to start.
Which ones are you doing, by the way? The
the
Nachman
Imperial
one?
Outpost. Yeah. Hang on. Can I?
I think it's Warzone Nachman, isn't it? Yeah, the one with the big dish
It's not
and stuff.
Nachman.
Oh,
It's the other one. Necrons, the Elder and Chaos one. This is
sorry.
the
Yeah.
Guard and Phobos one. So yeah, I'm just doing some dry brushing on this at the moment.
Oh, cool.
And I'll kind of start weathering it up a bit and adding some detail. But yes. The one good thing about, one of the very many things of Fest is that you get inspired to get to paint on things.
100%. Okay, I literally came back and that's what I started doing. Which was nice. So definitely recommend it if you need a little bit of a boost.
Yeah.
Right then. So
let's do a hobby challenge. Whoop whoop.
Right. So obviously, sorry if the faces drop out, but to be fair, there's going to be a big picture up in a minute anyway. So it's not going to make too much bother, I suppose. So let's start with. Here we go. This is one entry from Andy Ashby.
Ooh,
Also, just 1 second. If there's anyone who hasn't sent me anything and I've missed it or whatever, send it to me right now. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. All right? Simple as that. Because I went through the thing and I believe I've got everyone's. I had one personal message. I don't know if anyone sent anything to Dom, but I assume not. So Dom's frantically checking now. Anyway, this is Andy Ashby's first entry.
The Blooded.
Indeed. So we've got a nice little selection
nice.
of. I don't know if you actually wanted this one, but you did put it in there, so I've put it there. You did too, but it's fine. We looked at both of them, so it's not a problem. So very chaosy as usual, as you'd hope for this particular little band of misfits.
Enlightened, I call them.
Enlightened? I don't know.
Yeah, not misfits. They know what's going on.
Those symbols make me feel sick.
Well, that's the idea of them, isn't it? To filter out the weak. So, yeah, I'll let you go on about these guys because I could just go on about how amazing they are all day. But Tom, I think you'd be a bit more.
You see what you're doing, yeah. No. Overall, I think I like the theme on these guys because they've. I think you've captured that very chaotic look with them anyway. I especially like the sniper at the back there. I don't know, something about snipers when they have the little coiled band around them. It just makes them look, I don't know, like they're professional.
Yeah. They've put something around it. Like, look what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've customized it.
And I do like the power fist on the commander at the front there. Very nice.
Yeah, the I think it's the Enforcer.
Enforcer, yes, that's right. Yeah, I remember you killing me with one.
Yeah. Yeah. A really nice kill team actually. I think for people that are looking to get into kill team, I definitely recommend the ones that you get in the boxes because they're all so nice. Rather than necessarily, it's an easy way of getting in. It's just getting those models that you already have. But I think if you invest a little bit of money and get a whole kill team from a box set that you can buy individually now, I'd definitely recommend it because they look so cool.
Yeah. No, that's very and also you just know you've got a kill team ready to go. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
So we're not going to go away from Andy because he did another one.
Bloody obsessed, isn't he? He loves doing these models.
So let me just get that particular picture up. 1 second. Boom, there we go.
Yeah.
Which
Nice.
I think it's a Breacher squad, is that right?
Yeah, so
Yes.
Imperial Navy breaches.
Mm-hmm.
And I love these guys. Andy,
Yes.
you've done a really good job on these guys. I like the contrast between the armor and like the tunics underneath.
Mm.
It's really good. Some of your best actually. I'd like to say.
I would say that as well. Actually, I think these are. I mean, I love that fire axe as well. That looks pretty brutal.
Oh, you want to get in the wrong side of that axe,
No.
would you? Definitely game over. Get hit by that axe. Yeah. So Andy, I really like this team. It's such a nice one, and you've done a great job. Looking forward to playing you at some point. That'd be really good.
Yeah, I need to get a game with you as well soon. I keep saying I will, but every time we seem to plan it, it's always a bad time for me. But
yeah, and as Felpire has just said,
Indeed.
I think round of applause. So everyone, get your hands together. Clap, 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 clap. Well done, Mr. Ashby. Very nice. Shall we move on to our next?
Let's move on to well. Hang on a second. Let me find the right.
As I carry on painting. There we go, guys. We're all in the spirit now. Let's all clap together.
So
Not
we
now, though.
are looking for. Let me just get these in the right order. Right, Captain Jack is next. I have several photos for Captain Jack.
Oh, blimey! Oh, jeez.
I won't do all of them because I think it might take a bit of time. But here is one set of them.
Very nice. Yep, very cool.
So some very nice charcoal marines.
Yep.
I don't know what chapter they were. Maybe Jack can let us know.
Jack is in the chat tonight.
Indeed. Maybe just a custom
what chapter
one.
are your marines?
You better do it quickly before I bring up your next kill team.
Yeah, hurry up, Jack. Come on.
You're making us wait now. That's it.
This is awkward.
Ooh.
Don't ask much.
I mean, to be fair, what I can do is while he's deciding, I can.
While he's trying to work out what chapter they are.
I can do another picture of the same ones.
The jackdaws.
There we go.
There we go.
There's another little.
Very nice. Yeah, I love these shields you get on Marines.
They are cool. I'm starting to start. I'm looking at doing some transfers on mine a little bit more. Bit fiddly, but I think they give that a little extra pop on the Marine chest plate, which can be a bit boring sometimes.
Yeah, but as you can see there, Jack's kind of with a 50-50 kind of scheme going on, which works very nicely. I don't think necessarily you need too much of an elaborate icon on there.
I think it's more that stands out, I suppose. That's the key, isn't it? So.
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't clap Jack yet, though, because he's got a second kill team, which I'm going to bring up. Which is, let's pick a couple of these ones here. Let's do this one.
Hold back on the clap. See what I did there? Do you like that?
Yeah. Yes.
Good. Heavy intercessors?
Yes, they are heavy intercessors, yeah. Very cool.
Loving these guys. Yeah, these are... Yeah, exactly, Andy.
Yeah.
Two kill teams. Unbelievable. Yeah, tut. Yes, very nice. Getting another homebrew chapter.
Yeah, I couldn't quite place the shoulder pad. It looks like a boar's head, though. It
does, doesn't it? I just love it. I love the dirtiness about these guys.
In fact, I think I'll get one more up here because you get a slightly better look at them from this one here.
Yep. They are nice, aren't they? And great job on the basing there as well.
Yeah, basing was very good on these guys. I got that sense of an industrial collapse zone. Weathering in general was pretty good on these. So it is a ball head. I made and printed it himself. Very nice in that case.
Oh, extra points for that. Well done.
So yeah, so that's Captain Jack's 2 entries as well. So
Okay,
well done,
so
my
everyone
friend.
get your hands together and clap, 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 clap. Well done, Jack.
Right, no, next person on the list. I think we'll go with Orkster next. He gave me a nice little slideshow of pictures here. So let's jump onto here. Here's some more Marines. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's get the aspect ratio sorted a little bit. There we go.
This is Orkster style right here.
There we go.
Nice.
Some ultras.
Sons of MacLeod.
Very cool. I love the red skull on that shoulder pad. Actually, it really stands out on that blue.
Yeah. Looks like contrast paints.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure that's a contrast paint job. So, yeah, and I think it's quite nice how that comes out. Sometimes it does give that armor a really nice. I don't know. I suppose a textured effect across the entire armor. Because I think when I first looked at it, I was a bit like, oh, it's not like a solid color. But actually, sometimes you kind of think, you know what? It kind of makes it. I think it makes it look better in certain ways, depending on what you're painting on. So,
definitely, it's definitely a nice difference, isn't it? I mean, it just adds to these guys. I think.
However, I think this shot from him as another. So he did a second section of this one.
Hang on a minute, they're not the same guys. Tom.
Are they not?
They're heavy intercessors.
Oh no, I meant a second part of the second fire team. Sorry, I meant not yet.
Right.
Sorry, yes, these are heavy intercessors. Yes, sorry.
Nice bit of weathering on the booties there as well.
And some chunky bolt guns.
Yeah, look at those big boy bolt guns.
And props for doing the red head on one of them for the sergeant. It's good.
Yeah, nice. Orkster, amazing stuff as always. Your paint style is definitely something I could pick out with ease now, and as always, very rewarding, especially with the bases.
Yeah, those bases, the stonework down there is very nice. Actually, is that cork?
I would have thought so. Yeah.
So well done.
Yes, well done, Orkster. Everybody, clap, 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 clap. Well done, that man.
We have one further entry, which I'm just going to find. This is Aaron.
Yep. And we've got some Orky McAuksons.
Indeed.
Everyone's favourite kill team.
So this is the Commando squad, isn't it?
Yes, Orky Commandos.
Hmm.
Is that the whole one? Yeah, that's the whole squad, and a converted one as well, because it's a different.
Yes, I think some heads were changes, weren't there? I believe that, if I remember correctly, I think there's some head changes and some stuff.
Yeah,
because it's for his. Actually, he did send me a message earlier.
He said, "Stop harassing me,
Stop
Tom.
harassing me."
Give you some orc pictures. Just stop it.
But yeah, it's just not true.
No, you're going to carry on. Let's get some more orc pictures of him.
No, it was for his. Sorry, yes, additions for the Cause of Krog.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
nice. I think worth mentioning here, when we've done a narrative event in the past, Aaron came along to it with his orcs, had an amazing theme for his orcs, and he won the best theme competition for our event with his orcs. So Aaron's always one for putting a narrative across with his orcs. So yeah, I think it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
And there's slightly some more close-ups there as well, because you sent me 6 pictures, so I thought I'd just pick a couple of the ones that I thought were best showcasing what he'd done.
Absolutely.
Now, Dom.
Yep. Beautiful orkies.
The flamer, very cool.
Yeah, that is very nice actually, isn't it? A lot of detail going on there. Good bases. That's what I like to see.
I'll just grab one more. Yeah, that one there. That was,
yeah, the orc knob.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That is good. Lots of edge highlighting there on the claw and the gun.
So well done, Aaron.
Well done, Aaron. Everybody, get ready. Clap, 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 clap. Sorry.
That's all right. just stay alive for a bit longer, Dom.
I'll try. One more way out.
So yeah, that's all the entries. Both myself and Dom have picked a winner.
Yes, we have.
Would you like to announce?
Well, shall we put it back up on the screen?
I certainly can do.
Right. Let
me just say tell me when you're ready. Tell me when you're ready.
All right, ready. Go.
There we go.
It's the Orky Boys.
It is indeed the Orky Boys.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. They're all amazing.
Yes.
And yeah, Aaron, loved them, especially the eyes. The eyes, I think
both of us were like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, really nice. So yeah, we're like, yep, Orcs, they've got it this time. But once again, guys, thanks everybody for taking part in this challenge, because it's just so awesome. But I know Tom probably feels the same, but it's always brilliant to see your hard work.
I don't. No, I don't.
No, I know. But they are, honestly, guys, absolutely brilliant. Love them. Please keep entering them in. You add more models to your collection. That's what I just keep trying to put across. Like, if you enter this challenge, you paint for fun. Everyone's really welcoming, accepting. And then at the end of it, you've got 10 more painted models, or 8 or 1 or whatever. But we're all doing it anyway, so let's just do it together, yeah? So absolutely brilliant. Loved all the Marines. Not as much as I love Orcs, but Marines are lovely anyway.
Now,
especially the heavy intercessors. Oh my God, they're amazing.
Now, I did actually have an idea for the next challenge, and I'll see what you think.
Go for it, Tom.
So it was kind of spurred on by what we did in Warhammer World. Warhammer Fest, I should say, about us sitting down, picking a model and painting it. So it's going to be in a similar vein to that. I think what would be quite cool to see is your centerpiece done over a month.
Oh, right, yeah.
A single model. You pick, doesn't matter what it is. You can do big, small, large, doesn't have to be 40k, anything you want. But the whole point is that, because the one thing I thought was quite interesting was that I'm traditionally quite a batch painter, personally. And sitting down doing a single model over 2.5 hours was quite nice. Just concentrating on that, kind of letting it dry, work on the next bit, let it dry, work on the next bit, all this kind of stuff. I mean, obviously it was quite a compressed time frame, but I thought, well, what could people do over a month?
Yeah, what could people do over a month, Tom?
A month with one model.
One model for a month.
And this means no multiple entries, people.
Stop being productive.
Now, in all sense, you can do 2 entries if you really want, but I think the point of this challenge is to take something and try and, I don't know, level up something that you're doing and make it look either a step above what you normally do, or just being like that model that stands out in your collection, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. So it's one model, can be absolutely anything, guys. Just put your heart and soul into it.
Exactly. And we won't crush it.
We'll crush it. We'll judge which one's the
to him.
best. Alan, the rest of you are losers because you didn't win.
We're all winners.
Of course not. But yeah, guys, honestly, put your all into it. Yeah. Put some effort in. Whatever you want. You got a month to get on with it, and I'm sure there's going to be some amazing models. Yes. So I encourage you all, everybody in this chat right now, and the people who are watching this back, to get a model, any model that you just go, oh, I'd really fancy painting and putting a bit of time into that and getting it and putting paint on it. Just really put some paint on, and then just enter it in, take some photos and send it, and we'll all be like, oh, it's amazing, and then it'll be amazing. So guys,
just do it.
Do it, okay? Mainly you. I know you're thinking you're not going to do it.
It's weird because it looks like you're pointing at me, but that's because I'm on a stream with you. So,
Tom, if you're watching this back later, pick up that model, pick it up.
I will.
Go outside with your spray can, spray it, paint it. All right? You got a month. starting from now.
I've got this. Now, there'll also be the other thing that I'll be kind of interested in is if some. Actually, no. Do you know what? I've had an idea for the next challenge after this one, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to bank it because actually, it's not a bad little idea. So I'll make a note of it. I was about to reveal it then. I said, no, not going to do that. Let you do this one, and then.
Yeah, let them get on with this, Tom. They've got to focus.
Yeah, got to focus.
Don't give them ideas.
Got to get it done.
Friendly neighbourhood inquisitor, you have definitely got something. Don't be so slapdash and so negative. Get that model that you think's not a centerpiece of a squad. Could be a sergeant for a squad. Could be that one Blood Bowl character. Could be anything. Pick up that model. Go outside. Spray it. Paint it. Center front.
Treats on it.
And anyone else out there?
Felpire.
Felpire. We know you're on.
And you paint a lot as well. So you never put any of your stuff on here. Get on with it.
Yeah, and guys, honestly, it's all fun. It's all supportive. And really just contribute and put something in. You get a painted model at the end of it. And there's nothing to lose. Everything to gain.
Just to clarify, we're not going to give you a painted model. That's the model you painted is the model as the reward.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point. Picking that out, Tom.
Just want to.
Yeah, it's not an exchange program.
Also, on the actual things of giveaways and stuff, just to give you a little heads up, these possibly will be up for grabs at some point. So keep your eyes out because I don't have a massive need for either of these models. So I thought actually I might give the opportunity to people that necessarily didn't have a chance to put these up as a giveaway at some point. So keep an eye out for these over the next few weeks because I'm trying to come up with something to do, but we've still got a giveaway going on Facebook, by the way. For anyone who didn't, if you haven't actually subscribed to our Facebook page and commented on it, there's the Space Marine model from when was it, Tom?
It's a legendary character, Tom. That people
is it a draw behind me?
Love to have as a centerpiece that they could paint for a painting challenge. So if you haven't already, like us on Facebook, share it with your friends, get them to like it.
Indeed.
Help the community grow, and all the good stuff will come your way. Like Tom said, good giveaway there. I'm greedy. I'm going to keep that comment stuff.
That's fine. I understand.
However, my AOS guy will be going forth, and hopefully, you guys can win it as well. You should give it to me. Maybe we shouldn't, Jack. Maybe you should earn it.
Maybe you should earn it, Jack, by competing in stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it as we could do it as reward for the next painting contest.
Yeah, maybe.
Get encouraged to paint. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's a bit niche, to be fair. We'll probably only get people that actually want a commissar.
As a painting challenge.
Or the commemorative series. I don't know. Maybe they do. I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know how. It's an interesting question. I don't know how kind of collectible these are because, admittedly, at the event there was a lot of these on sale. You could buy them. I couldn't. Well,
someone else has just followed us on Facebook, so clearly our rant.
However, it has reminded me.
Liking the page and following us.
That has actually reminded me. I'm going to have a little rant now as well, actually, because I feel like it's the rant phase of the show, Dom. I'm going to put these up, and I'm going to see if you can guess what I'm talking about.
Oh, they're good quality objective markers, Tom.
Mm.
Why would you be upset about them? Pray tell.
No. Ultimately, I've bought them, so I'm the and I know you've got one of these as well. But I want to point out a couple of little things that during the Warhammer Fest thing, which I found slightly irksome.
Irksome.
So obviously they had the shop there, as you're aware.
Yeah, no, Felpire. Here we go.
Now they don't price tag anything there for starters, which I thought was a bit odd. So you don't know how much you've got to pay before you go up to the till. I mean, obviously, I know you can technically jump on the GW website and check the actual price because that's what they're selling them for. However, these particular mouse pads, sorry, the objective markers there was a lot of these, weren't there, Dom? There was a massive selection of them. Basically.
Massive selection.
And these were in the queue section, as you do. You put little throwaway items as you're leaving, see, maybe people will pick them up and purchase them. So, in my head, I was like, this is probably going to be, 10, 15 quid 20 on the outside with Games Workshop markup. Anyway,
Yeah, I know, Vicky. Here we go. Right.
Got to the till, and I paid for them. I could have just taken away, but
Well, that's nice that you've decided to pay for them instead of just taking them away, Tom.
Yeah, I did. Well, there was a bit of that going on as well, but I won't go on about that. Not for me, but
yeah, he can't help it, guys. You take him anywhere.
So I'm gonna say to you guys, how much do you think they genuinely sold these for at the event? I'm gonna give everyone a couple of minutes, well, a minute or two, just to decide how much they think these genuinely cost. There's 6 objective marker pads in here. How much did you think each pad was? Sorry, is it 6 or is it 5?
5, Tom.
Is it 5? I
think it's 5.
I'm gonna quick count. 1, 2. There's 6.
There is 6. Oh, I take that back. Oh well, now I've changed my whole opinion on the whole thing now.
I know Felpire knows the answer already because I had a rant with him the other night.
Right, keep going, guys.
No, you're not that same, Matt. I'll tell you, Andy Ashby is the closest so far. Jack is getting closer. All right, £40. 40 quid. And I mugged out and bought 2 of them. But this was mainly because I queued for about, I think, 40 minutes, and by the time I got there, I'd already had, as an example, I had this in my basket already as well. So I just literally slung them in, bought them. I then saw Dom was behind me by a few, queuing up for it, and I messaged him literally as I got. I said, Dom, by the way, they're £40, and I think you came out and you went, are they? And you checked your receipt and was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, no, eh? What are they like? What's cheeky little games?
Anyway, ultimately, I bought them. I'm not going to go off the wall complaining about it, but it's just because I don't think you can actually get these outside of events anyway. So because they are, I do say Warhammer event exclusives, but on the grounds that you spend quite a bit of money getting into the events, I think that it is a little bit. I mean, this wasn't the only item there. I think there was plenty of other ones that were a little bit on the oddly priced size. But yeah, it's just yeah.
Exactly, Andy.
Yeah.
Lots of games using them. Yeah. I need to roll some dice now, but I've spent like the last few days in Manchester. I got to try and justify it to myself to kind of go, oh, better.
Well, we need to get a game or something in soon, Dom. I think because we haven't played for a little while actually, and maybe do a live stream soon.
Yes.
And get a kill team, or I might even play one last game of 9th with you, mate.
Oh, that'd be nice, Tom.
Oh, I might do that. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Good for me.
As long as it's good for you.
No.
As long as it's good for you, Tom.
I meant to play again because it's been a while since I've played a game of 40k. And it's not actually because I don't want to play it. It's more the 9th edition rule set that's kind of got me. But because I've seen so much of it going on the last few days, and I was like, do you know what? I kind of just want to play it. I think it kind of gets that. I think when you're around so many people doing it, it kind of infuses a little bit of a bug in you to sort of say, oh.
It's a bit like an orgy, really, isn't it? You can't just spectate at an orgy. You've really got to
my head went there and I thought, I'll let Dom go there. I'll let Dom go there. It's fine.
A bit like a painting challenge. Painting challenges and orgies have got lots in common. So, whatever you want to do to get your paintbrush wet, get on with it. That's
always
what I
good to have a dishwasher to keep all utensils clean.
Yeah, exactly. And your penis.
I don't know.
Matt, we shared a hotel room.
I was about to say, you two were sharing that. I mean,
There we go. Good times. Tom, have you done any more hobby on this stream?
Oh no,
I've done quite well actually. I've got a few barricades.
I was
brushing the life out of these.
Excuse me, sorry. I've done a couple of coats on this now. That's getting red there, and I've done a bit more on. I've got the slightly higher. You might not be able to tell it too well on this camera, but I've just done another red on the outside. So I'm going to wash this in a bit and then start the dry brushing of the 2 reds over it. Basically, I I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with these types of doors because they're slightly different from the normal Rhino door. Obviously, this middle bit will be white, but I don't know whether I'm going to do a slightly different background on the circular inside bit.
Yeah.
Because they're a bit more detailed in comparison. So, yes.
Yeah, I think sometimes you don't know, do you, until you actually start putting paint on it. And definitely, so going back to the paint thing, it was a bit like that with our, definitely for my Sigma guy. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with this.
Yeah.
I just, it's all working out okay.
No, actually, it's quite funny that because you're given a model, and actually, the funny thing is because you're in that situation, you're basically given no real limit on what you can use. Obviously, when you pick a model up, you're going, well, I've got this paint at home, I've got this paint at home, I've got this one, I know I can do this. Whereas in that situation, you're like, oh, what's lying around?
I was definitely. I think I went in with some intention and then did something completely opposite.
Same. I dropped what I picked up first and picked up something different when I saw a combination.
Yeah, so it's quite nice to do something a little bit different. What about everyone else in the hobby? In the chat, what have we been finishing off tonight? Hopefully, some good stuff.
No, I hope it's terrible.
You hope it's terrible.
As obviously, I bought the Titanicus stuff as well, so I'm looking forward to doing a bit of painting on that as well. To be honest, I'm quite looking forward to putting those together and actually giving that a go. You had to give me a game, Dom, and I think
I've got one Titan.
Yeah, but you got. I'll have some.
Where's this gun gone?
And I think I was saying to Matt, I'll hopefully give him a game with it as well because I know he's got the models knocking about. So quite looking forward to putting this together. Although ironically, I kind of had most of the models already, so I didn't technically buy the Combat Patrol, but
that money was just burning a hole in your pocket, and you were like, "Let's buy it!" Yeah.
I wish I could say that wasn't completely true.
£40, nothing. I have two. He went back in the queue, got another one.
I bought the first one. I went, that was so expensive. I'm going to get another one. That's not what happened at all, by the way. I was getting one, and Vicky's like, "Oh, I'll have one as well." And I went, "Yeah, no problem." I think Vicky's now shouting at me saying that's not true. It was very true.
No,
don't
no,
lie,
he
Vicky.
just kept going back.
It's okay.
Yeah. Nice. So Felpar still doing some de-spurring or spruing. De-spurring. I don't know. I don't know what de-spurring is.
Sounds like a cowboy thing.
Yeah, come here.
Just taking... I'm a spur robber. Come on.
You can ride down here.
That you can ride a horse.
Yeah. Off. Spurs for you, Sonny.
So, I think we're getting close to sort of wrapping up here, mate, aren't we? I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But just to remind everyone, obviously, so I'll put the painting challenge up in Discord shortly.
Should we put a link for our Discord?
Yeah. I can 100% do that. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, we'll put a link on there. Remember, guys, invite a friend or there we go. We've got our Facebook podcast again. And let them join our very friendly community that talks all about despurring cowboys and orgies.
Despurring cowboys and orgies. Hey, I mean, at least we're unique, Dom.
That should be on our next Black Toad t-shirt.
Okay. Actually, you know, before we... Obviously, I want that link to go on there for a second. So before we do move on from that particular subject, that will be now a slogan, I think. I can't really not do that.
Yeah, despairing cowboys and orgies.
Me and Dom, I got some t-shirts done for me and Dom from a website, as you do. So I'm pondering about maybe getting some of the designs and getting them to sort of essentially give us a link to say if you fancy having something Black Toad Studio-ish in your wardrobe, you can. We may even do. I always feel like we should do like a slogan competition, Dom.
A slogan competition.
Yeah, so get people.
I'm sure the lovely community will come up with some.
Yeah.
But there are possibilities and stuff. So something we're working on. It was quite nice. And the artwork. I don't think he's in the chat tonight.
No.
Yeah, so we've got some good stuff
That was,
anyway coming up.
John
Scribbin.
Scribbins, yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, he did some fantastic art for us a while ago, and we had them on our shirts with a couple of little slogans on it. So I might make that as a buyable link for you guys if you want to get it. I'm not expecting to make a vast profit on it.
We'll retire on it. Retire.
We'll see how many people. One person maybe just click on the link.
Maybe your nan needs a shirt.
Maybe your nan needs a shirt.
She might want a nice shirt with some chaos and marines on it.
And we're also, the other thing we were talking about was our event. We're hopefully going to run later in the year, because we're not putting it off. We've been trying to. It's been a bit of a organisational nightmare recently for both of us. So we've just been trying to get a date that we can do something on.
Yeah,
that looks cool. I like that. Just if any of you guys do want to make the trip down at some point, we'll try and get something that with enough advance warning.
Yep.
Get some of you guys to pop down because we'd love to meet some of you.
Meet some of your faces. Exactly. Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's always been a pleasure, and tonight is no exception. Except for a couple of you. Remember, paint those models, okay?
No, it's a model.
Yeah.
It's not even lots. It's a model.
Just do it. Do it.
Yeah. Stop kidding yourself and do it.
Yeah, you can do it. Anyway, no, you won't consider it. You will do it, young man. You will do that.
But as usual, it's been a pleasure to talk to you all this evening. I have been Tom.
And I'm Tom.
And we both make up Black Toad Studio. It's been lovely, and we'll speak to you all soon. Take care, everyone.